Hello. Thank you for accessing this video from the USDA Food and Nutrition Service Farm to School team. This video will cover how to save and submit a complete semi-annual progress report for the Farm to School grant program for all grantees awarded in fiscal year 2020 or later. For today's demonstration, we have already opened and prepared an FNS 908, also referred to as the Performance Progress Report, which is the required form for submitting Farm to School grant semi-annual progress reports. This training will cover two ways to submit the required report. First, we will cover saving the report. Next, we will address how to submit the report using the Submit by Email button embedded in the PDF. Finally, we will cover a second submission method, which will explain a workaround in case the Submit by Email button does not work. Note that no matter whether the Submit by Email button works or not, you should submit your report to sm.fn.farmschrpt@usda.gov. Failure to submit to this email address may result in the Farm to School team not receiving your submission. Before you can submit your report, you need to know where it is saved. If this is your first time saving the report, make sure you first enter your organization name in box 1A and complete box 5. To complete box 5, you should always ensure that semi-annual is checked. For reporting fiscal year, enter the federal fiscal year that the activities took place. For period, you will again choose the quarters during which the activities took place. In the example shown here, the period in question will be the fiscal year 2022, quarter 1 through 2 period, meaning the responses throughout this report will cover activities that occurred between October 1st, 2021 and March 31st, 2022. Enter original in the final field if this is your first time submitting this period's report, or choose the revision option that reflects the number of times you've submitted this copy. We will choose original for the purposes of this demonstration. Once this information is complete on the form, save the report using the recommended file name that automatically populates at the top of the form. To save, first copy the text from the recommended file name box by highlighting the text, right-clicking, and choosing Copy. Then click File, Save As. Choose a location in your files, then paste the text you copied into the file name box and click Save. Note that if you have any required fields left blank, you will receive a pop-up message notifying you of the missing information. Your report has still saved, so just click OK and move on. You can save at any time while working on the report and should do so every time you make a change. If you didn't know you left fields blank, this is a great chance to check your work and ensure the form is ready to submit. Now you're ready to submit the report. We will start with the Submit by Email button. Note that for this button to work, all required fields must be complete. If even one required field is not completed, the Submit by Email button will not work. On the version on your screen, the zip code was left out, so we will fill that in so that the Submit by Email button works as intended. Make sure you click the Save icon or click File Save to save your work after any edits. You should start with your completed form open in Adobe. In the top left corner, click Submit by Email. You will be prompted to choose an email application. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will choose to use the default email application, which on this computer is Microsoft Outlook. It's up to you whether to check Remember My Choice. Whether you do or not is a matter of personal preference that does not have any bearing on your submission. Once you've made all your selections, click Continue. Now, an email will open with the form already attached and some default language in the body of the email. The subject will be pre-populated with the file name, which includes your organization name, so you don't need to add anything. Feel free to type additional information in the body of the email, but that is not required. The most important part is typing the correct email address. Use sm.fn.farmschrprt@usda.gov. If you submit your report to any other email address, it may not be recorded, and you may receive overdue notices from the Farm to School team, even if your report was turned in punctually to a different email. You are encouraged to CC your Farm to School specialist and grant specialist, but the email must go to sm.fn.farmschrprt@usda.gov. Once you've entered this email address, click Send. You will receive an automated reply from the reporting mailbox that you can save as confirmation that your report was submitted. On screen, you'll see an example of the automated email you should receive in response. Please note that the email may take a few minutes to send. Please follow up only if you have not received the confirmation by the next business day. At this point, your report has been submitted. We will now cover a second method for submitting the report, which will provide a workaround in case the Submit by Email button doesn't work for you. For the next demonstration, we've prepared a version of the 908 that left a required field blank. This situation will be common if you created spaces in the Program Activities section for all of your activities from the project work plan you submitted with your application, but some of those activities are still in the future, so you don't have an update from the past 6 months. There is still a way to submit your report by email, but note that the Submit by Email button will not work. Follow the same procedure that we used earlier for saving the report. This time, make sure you remember where you saved it, because you will need to attach it to an email. We are not going to describe every step in detail again, but we will walk through the process up to where it diverges from the Submit by Email button. First, use File Save As to save the report. Remember to use the file name that automatically populates. You can click OK on the message that pops up again. As before, the report is still saved. It just wants you to know that you may have missed something. Now go to your email application. On this computer, the email application is Outlook, but your organization may use Gmail or another email application and will have to follow the steps for emailing an attachment that are unique to the email platform you use. In your email, start a new email and address it to sm.fn.farmschrprt@usda.gov. Then add your attachment however you would in any other email. Most email applications have dialogues you can click through to find the file and insert it as an attachment, but often you can also drag and drop to select the desired file. Make sure you include your organization name, grant type, and grant year all in the subject line. Because you created a new email, this information will not automatically populate. From there, it's up to you whether you want to include any text in the body of the email, but it never hurts to put the same information you included in the subject line if you just want to copy and paste it into the email body. Once you're done, click Send. You will receive an automatic reply if your submission is received successfully. On your screen is an example of the message you will receive. Please keep this email as confirmation that your submission went through. If you do not receive an automatic reply, double check that you entered the reporting email address correctly and look through your spam folder. Please note that it may take some time to receive the automated reply, so please wait to follow up until the next business day. Once you have the confirmation email, you can consider your report submitted. A member of the Pharma School team may follow up if they have questions about your responses. We hope you have found this video informative. If you have any questions, please reach out to your Pharma School specialist for technical assistance. Thank you.